day, huh? Okay, so last week, the sun really messes with the lighting on you guys, and I can't see a thing. This was not running good at all last week. I'm not sure what was going on. I think it might have been a little too hot for it. I'll give you a little, I think it's my fault. I'll give you a little insider information. I messed around with the timing on this, trying to see if I can get a little more oomph out of it. I originally had it at 10 degrees timing per factory spec, and I bumped it up to like 12 or 13, and it seemed alright, but then once it got hot and it wouldn't cool down, it had no power at all. It was not running right. When I first started up last week to drive it, I gave her a couple, blaps with the throttle, and then it was running real rough. I think it's because the choke came off too soon. And then it seemed to run okay after that, but then it would idle really weird. I have no idea what was going on. Now it's fine right now. I just started up and it's good, so I'm not too sure what I got going on there. I know it's, some people are like, oh, it's because, you got an Edelbrock carburetor. I've heard a lot of good reviews with this newer Edelbrock carburetor. I'm hoping it's not that, because I really like this carburetor and I really don't want to have to put a Holly on this. Because this is getting a little bit better fuel economy. This is, well, that week it wasn't running too hot. It was running hot, it wasn't running too good. It was pounding the fuel back pretty good, but when it's running good, like it was here just a minute ago, she gets like 15 miles to the gallon on the highway doing 70. So, and we have a crappy automatic transmission in it that doesn't quite shift correctly, so that is not helping. And the steering alignment's way out. Maybe fire this back up, get it to idle to come down, and then put the timing back to 10 degrees, and leave that alone after this. And then I'm going to readjust the carburetor, get it to kind of how I like it, and then take her for a test drive, get her going, because I would like to use this to haul some firewood from my uncle's property. And that's why I really haven't made any videos, because I've been busy with that every week. I've been hauling a lot of firewood. We got like probably a little over 3 cords of firewood that we've been hauling from my uncle's property. I'd like to use this because it's stock height and it's a long bed and it's easier to load, but I need it to run good so it can actually haul what we're going to put in it. What doesn't help us is we have the automatic still in it, and this is going to be kind of an update video for you. I just finished putting this transmission back together. This is the M50D R2 that's going to go in this truck. I just got the tail housing put back on, sealed up. Bolts snugged for now, I'll tighten them later, blah blah blah. All that fun stuff. But yeah, so this transmission's ready to rock. I haven't been ordering any parts for projects, my projects, because I've been, well, 1, busy, 2, getting caught up on stuff, and secondly, I have a now 3-month-old kitten that I'm putting some money into. So my priorities have kind of been swapped around. But here in the next month or 2, I'm going to start ordering parts for our diesel truck, which I want to update you on here in a minute, or right now actually. Now if you've been following along the last few videos on this one, we put the Sky Off-Road Design leaf spring hangers and shackle kit. You can see my leaf springs are getting coated with soot because, well, I cut my exhaust and I need to put a tip on it and have it aimed that way. Yeah, so I gotta order some parts for this because I need my lift springs for the front and a new C bushings so we can adjust the camber. I mean the caster. This thing is very squirrely now because we lifted it so high in the back. It's really hard to keep it driving straight because of the lack of caster now. So I'm gonna put 7-degree caster bushings in. That should pull the axle way back and give us the caster we need for the lift. And I'm probably gonna get the 5-inch lift springs because my coil spring buckets plus the axle itself are an automatic 4-inch lift right there. So if I get a 5-inch lift spring, that should leave me roughly 2 inches higher in the back than the front, because I want this to have a rake to it, not as aggressive as right now, but I want it to have some rake to it so when we do put firewood in it, because we load it all the way to top of the canopy with firewood. So if we get it, keep 2 inches of lift in the back over the front, it should sit level once it gets loaded up. So that's kind of my game plan. But I wanted to update you guys on how this thing rides though with this setup. If you've followed along, you'll know that I went from a 3.5-inch lift block and a 2-inch add-a-leaf, 2-inch lift add-a-leaf in with the factory rear springs. It rode very rough. You felt every little inconsistency in the road. It was quite awful, and I dealt with that for many years. After putting this in and making my own leaf spring pack, this thing rides literally like a Cadillac going down the road. And especially when you put a load of firewood in the back, it's just smooth as glass. It's really nice. The other thing that I need to do is I need to extend my sway bar links so we can hook up the sway bar. You see how far away it is? So we got to make those links 17 inches long. So I think I'm going to cut them and extend them to my need. So I need to have that rear sway bar in because this thing, because it's so soft now, it's very rocky. And it's not any better when you put a load of firewood in. It's pretty bad. So that's going to get extended links for the back. And then I am going to order the front sway bar for a 78 F-150 front axle. And we're going to install a front sway bar on this as well. And some people are going, well, it's going to limit your travel. That's fine. It's not too hard to disconnect the sway bars. But I primarily drive this thing on-road and light off-road. I don't do any crazy rock crawling, so, I can sacrifice a little bit of travel. I just want this to be able to be drivable because I do haul and tow stuff with it. And I need it to be safe to drive. So in the next few weeks, or well, really the next couple months, or coming months, I'll be ordering parts for that, and we'll be making some more videos on that. For right now, I need to look into this. Oh yeah, I need to get a battery tray for this. One of the things that I have a problem with is this has no fan shroud. And I think I threw the one that I bought away. Why would I do that? I thought I had a fan shroud. Oh, I see it. It's up there. I want to try and get that to work on here because not having the fan shroud is really sucky because this fan does nothing. And this thing ends up getting way too hot. So that's kind of a goal of mine to get done. Probably won't do that tonight. I'll probably do it tomorrow. So that'll be our project for tomorrow in a different video on this truck. But yeah, our power steering swap we did on this, working great. My 3G alternator is doing good, but I got a couple things I got to deal with on that so I can keep this belt tensioned properly so it won't squeak. That squeaky here, or screech, is that alternator belt. Yeah, this power steering setup on this has been working pretty good. But yeah, as far as the transfer case and transmission swap that we got to do on this thing, all that stuff is on hold until I finish up lifting, or finish up the lift on the other truck. I think we should probably get this thing warmed up. We'll go take it for a spin. We'll throw 10 degrees timing at it instead of the 12 or 13 I have in it now. And then see how she does. I'm also not sure if I have water in the fuel. I was thinking I had that, but I don't think so. So just speculating, you know. I need to get something under this battery because it doesn't have a battery tray. Robbed it from the from here and put it on the other truck. Anyways, guess we'll shut the hood. We'll go take her for a little drive. Kitty. Uh-oh, she found the cat beds. Haven't even washed them yet. Alright, just took her for a little spin and got her warmed up. It's running great. Running great right now. Yeah, so what I am gonna do, because I think that it's just running too hot, especially right now, it's toasty, and I have a hot air intake, which that may change. I may actually put a little hat on it and run a intake, and then get something here to push fresh air, and so it's not pulling hot engine heat in. That didn't help. I mean, I had the coolant temp pegged. Yeah, so let's see, what temperature are we at already? All I did is take it down to Napa and back. The radiator is already 170. We're at 180. This has a 192 degree thermostat in it, so I think what we'll do tomorrow, we'll actually take some coolant out of this and we'll swap that thermostat out for a 180. That should be perfect. I believe this had a 192 in it when I got it, so I think it really needs that 180 in there. And once we get rid of the catalytic converters, it'll be even happier, get more heat out. I need a 13. You know, I don't even know why I'm out here doing any of this, because it is a nice 65 degrees in my house. I'm gonna adjust the timing by ear. Just kidding, got a timing light here. You guys probably can't see anything I'm doing, and I'm sorry. The sun is just beaming right on us. Now I do have the RPM. Can you see? Can you see? I have the RPM up a little high, so this is going to kind of affect our adjustments. If I have it up high so that when I put it in gear and have the AC on, it doesn't kill it. On the dot, right on 10. So what I was doing there is I was putting it in gear with the AC on to make sure that my RPM was around 950. That's what I have it set to with the AC and in gear. Or the AC on and in gear. I can't talk. Words are hard for me. So I'm happy with that. It seems to rev up pretty good, so we'll leave her at that. And like I said 3 times already, we'll swap her out for a 180 degree thermostat, and we should be good there. But we got to do something about this fan shroud. I was thinking about putting some fans here, but I don't want to load this up with a whole bunch of electric fans. You guys like how I still have my Christmas lights up? Well, it seems to be running pretty good. Yeah, I don't know what was going on that one day. I was thinking, man, it's running rough, like right off being cold, running rough. I think what happened was because like I said, I revved it a couple times, and I think it was too cold for the choke to come off. I think the choke came off because it was already pretty warm out. So I think it just started running weird, and then it started to run okay. After that, it was good, but then when it got really hot, yeah, I was not happy about that. Didn't want to idle right. So I think we definitely had too much timing, and then we got too hot of a thermostat. I don't like how hot this thing is right now. Just barely driven it. Look at my female. Don't get ran over, because then the male will definitely be taking your place. Yeah, you can kind of see what we're doing. We're going to be looking at the radiator area. So this is the fan shroud that I have. It would fit. It ain't perfect. Everything surrounding this fan is hot. I do want to swap this thing over to a heavy duty fan and fan clutch. This shroud is, this is not what yeah. We might end up putting electric fans in this. Dang it! Well, I cut it ugly. Fits okay though. We're gonna go ahead and drill some holes to lock it in. So at least now we have some kind of shroud where this fan will pull as much air as it can with this through the radiator, and this will make the fan clutch work a little bit more accurate. So this is as good as it's going to get for now. Probably going to end up doing electric fans like I don't really want to do, but might be the best way to go. Oh look, I already got the tools here. tight. It fits the radiator really good though. Well, it's moving a lot of air, so it's pulling a lot of air just idling. Well, it'll be better than nothing, that's for sure. I probably could have hacked a little bit less off of it. Could have gone to like right here, but we don't really get a lot of room to work with that fan clutch.